YouTube, here we go. One last time, one last round, trying to get this 2ZZ Turbo Lotus Elise 2006 force-fed, 6-speed manual car running. So I've gone through everything on this car like you could ever imagine. I've gone through the entire wire loom. I've drained all the gas out of it. I've opened the valve cover. I've drained the oil pan. I've done every spark plug, every coil pack, every fuse. I've reset. I've gotten all new fuses in the entire car. I've done everything there is on this car. So I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna put brand new OEM recommended NGK iridiums spark plugs, and not the turbo ones that run cooler. I'm gonna put in the car and hopefully it starts and we'll get a little bit running, and hopefully it fixes it all, just some miracle fixes it all. If not, after this video, if I can't get it running, I'm gonna give another video after this one, and we're gonna see what we're gonna do with this car. I got a couple options, and you guys are gonna help me decide what I'm gonna do with this Lotus, this crazy Lotus that has 7,000 miles on it. So let's go ahead and jump over to the car. The car has been on jack stands since January 10th of this year. Very long time, more than 6 solid months. So yeah, it's just been sitting on jack stands. This is the best looking car. I've gotten like 5 photos of it. I can't even post any cool Instagram photos of it because I can't drive it. So let's move the deck lid and go ahead and see where we're at. Okay, so currently there is no spark plugs in here. It's just been empty coil packs. So we'll pull the coil packs out just like this, and then we'll put new plugs in there. So the plugs that we're gonna be running today are the ones I just put in my MR2 SPYDER, NGK iridiums, BKR6, E as in Echo, I, X as in X-ray 11. 4 of these plugs, we're gonna run them right in here. These are the OEM specs of kind of what Toyota runs. I ran an old turbo CELICA with these and it ran fine. And then if you want to switch over to the cooler plugs, you can do that. They're copper and they're really cheap, but maybe that's why it's not starting. And maybe I should have I've never put in these plugs in this car. I've only replaced it twice with the plugs that were already in the car. So, you know, maybe that's an issue. So let's go ahead and fingers crossed that this fixes it. So we'll put these in here. The car is buttoned up. And the reason the car is all back together and there's nothing loose wires is because what I'll explain, which is potentially what I will do in the next video. Talk about my options with this wonderful YouTube project of a car. If you guys don't remember, I've actually done, I need to create a series. I still haven't done that, where I just put all the Lotus Elise turbo videos in one category so you guys can watch the entire build. But from picking this car up 2 years ago to where it is right now, the car's gone through a big transformation. Aesthetically wise, it looks pretty good. Front end looks amazing with the EXIGE clam, the EXIGE hinge covers, the EXIGE access panels, all that with the OEM hardtop. All of it looks really good, but the engine just hasn't been running ever since I got the clam back together. So hopefully this will fix it today. Let's put these plugs in, and yeah, and then I got the car back. If these don't work, I will button the car completely back up for next video's options. Okay, so all the new plugs are in. Coil packs are back on top. Let's go ahead and tighten this beautiful 2ZZ back up. Car cranks, as you guys saw, I just went through all the fuses for the 9,000th time. I've gone through all the fuses. None of the fuses up here are blown. None of the fuses in the engine bay are blown. There are no fuses that have been blown. In addition to that, all of them have been replaced with new fuses. So since I've been cranking it over, look at the tach. It now sits at, the radio works, which I installed, and it looks nice. The tach now sits at like 1,000 RPMs and the engine's not even on. I'll try one more crank. The battery's gonna die. I have a big giant battery, it's gonna die, but. So it's wanting to start and then it sputters out. And then look at that thing tweak. I have no idea what's going on with this thing. I think it's the tune. Keep in mind, I also installed a new fuel pump, fuel sock, fuel pressure regulator, fuel everything. But I mean, I can crank it endless. It just doesn't want to start. It sputters. We can watch the air to fuel if you guys are interested in that too. So let's try that real quick. So we'll try one start here. Still doesn't start. Endless cranking. And I just don't. So if I unhook the battery, it'll probably sit back down here. It's like it can't calibrate. And then the other thing that I've said to you guys a couple times is that the lights, that button no longer works, and then that button works. So now the headlights are on, and then the high beams work too, but not like a daytime running light or something like that. Like this bulb is out. So I'm not sure how that happened or what happened there. What a wonderful car. It's a little bit of sarcasm there. Since I can't get the car running and I've been trying for like 6 months, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the car back to the most original 7,000 mile Lotus Elise that I can. I'm gonna button up this panel, this access panel right now. I'm gonna put the seat back in. I'm gonna put the backing back in, and just put it all back together to make it look, you know, a stock, I guess, or as perfect as I can. Yeah, because I just can't get this thing to run at all. I've got a lot of people with a lot of input and I just don't know what it is. So this is kind of where I am at with it, and it's unfortunate. I've tried everything. I mean, everything you can think of. It seems to me that has to be with a wiring issue. So what we're gonna do is put it back to like as perfect as we can. Keep in mind, I already have another Lotus. I have a Lotus EVORA. This is my second experience of Lotus ownership. My Lotus EVORA is currently in the dealership getting worked on. So I took it to the dealership and they accepted to work on it, and they're working on it. So my gosh, these Lotus things are just eating at me, and these cars are filthy expensive for what they are. Very expensive to get worked on, like on a dealership. Now this is just my experience with the Elise. If this thing wasn't force-fed and it was stock ECU, I'm sure I would have put like 5,000 to 10,000 miles on this and enjoyed it, and it would have been wonderful. But unfortunately, I was unable to do that since I've owned the car. I've put like 300 miles on it in 2 years, which is just stupid. I've driven it from like one garage to like another garage, and that's about it. And when I brought it home, I put the most miles on it when I brought it home. But that being said, I'm gonna put it back together, so let's go ahead and do that now. I did want to say, as I'm tightening this access panel, Greg's Racing Parts is like the best part for Lotus. They have so much. Greg is so awesome. I've gotten so many parts from this. I stripped one of these, and I said, hey Greg, I accidentally stripped one. He goes, no worries, and he sent me another bullet, and these are expensive, so that was really nice of him. No charge or anything. I didn't have to pay postage. He just sent me another one. So Greg, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna button this up. I'm gonna go get the hatch, and we'll do the 4 screws at the top of the hatch. We're gonna put this car back together. I don't want to leave it like this anymore. I'm gonna vacuum in here, tuck away the battery, and get all this junk out of here. Clean it all up, make it look pretty. So we'll do that, and then we'll move on into the interior of the car, and we'll put the driver's seat back on, because I haven't put the driver's seat on for a long time. Okay, so I really shined that up. It looks good. Cleaned it all up. Reattach the 10 millimeters up top. Reattach the GRP strut for the hatch. Absolutely recommend that part. Vacuumed all this, cleaned it up. So let's go ahead and close this now. So now that I have that all put back together, we're kind of done with the engine bay. What I need to do is pull the wheels off, put the fender liners back on, again do the seats, and then do the hard top, and then do the rear bulk back in as well. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm really disappointed with this car. 2 years of 300 miles for like a car automotive YouTube channel. It did come together and it does look extremely aesthetic and beautiful. I just can't take photos of it because it just sits here in the driveway doing nothing. So come back for next video because I need you guys' help with comments on what I should do with this car. I'm not emotionally attached to this car at all. Like, I'm not emotionally attached to it, so that can give you guys a hint of what I might do with it, and then another option. So I'm gonna have 2 options, and whoever comments the most on it, since I'm not emotionally involved in this car, whatever you guys comment the most on it is what I'm gonna pick. So come back for that video. Other than that, make sure to like, subscribe. I'll be back. We're gonna put in an AEM, the same fuel pump that I put on this bad boy, this slow non-working car. The same fuel pump I'm going to be putting it into my MR2 because my MR2 has a 10-year-old Walboro fuel pump and I think it's on its last legs. And then we're gonna have the EVORA be coming back to the channel soon here. They should be wrapping up the EVORA soon, and I'm going to give you guys the bill on that. So make sure to like, subscribe, swing by MITCHDORE.com. Yeah, you know, we'll see what we're gonna do in the next video. Swing by MITCHDORE.com. I'll see you guys then.